Hello, my fearless fourth graders. This is Mrs. Rowley with this week's topic of discussion. So, the weekend was beautiful, in case you didn't notice. I hope you got outside the way I got outside. These are some pictures from my weekend. My husband and I had a fire in which we cleaned up a little brush around the yard. Not too much because there's still quite a bit of snow, but a little bit. And so it's a picture of our fire and my husband and I enjoying the fire. Very excited. We both love to be outside. And so when the weather's good, you'll find us outside for sure. So I hope your weekend was as good as mine, and I hope you are ready and settled in for a week of learning. So this is a great time for your teachers, to pass out last week's topic of discussion and this week's too. We'll go over the answers from last week and then we'll start this week's. So let's get to it. Your vocabulary definition last week was the distance around a circle, and congratulations to those who know its circumference. Circumference is the distance around a circle. Circumference is a really important geometry term. You'll use circumference a lot when figuring out the diameter or the radius of a circle. And the circumference has a direct relation to the diameter as well. Something I'm sure, I have no doubt you will learn it when you hit high school. So good job with that vocabulary word. The question last week was, it takes Ginny 56 minutes to drive to her friend's house. She drove 15 minutes and then stopped at a store. She then drove another 10 minutes. What do you need to do to find the amount of time she has left to drive? So students looked at this a couple different ways. I had some answers or some students who said you need to take the 15 minutes that she drove and then the 10 minutes that she drove and add them together, and that gives you 25. And then you need to subtract 25 from 56. That will give you the time that she has left to drive, which is absolutely right. There were other students who said you need to take 15 from 56 and then take 10 from that difference. And guess what? That's right too. You can subtract 15 and 10 one at a time from 56, or you can add them together and subtract the sum. Either way it works. I wasn't asking for an answer. I was asking for how you would find the answer. But for those of you who are kind of like me and want to know that your answer is right, if you said 31 minutes, yes, that's how long it will take her to drive, or how long she has left to drive. So good on you. That was how you would find, that was one of two ways, not one of two ways, one of many ways to find the answer to that problem. You could have started at 25 and counted up as well if you viewed the problem that way. There are lots of different ways to do it. So those were the two that I saw the most of, the two strategies I saw the most of. All right, your answer ticket this week looks like this. Please take this time to write your name on the ticket, and we'll get into topic of discussion for this week. All right, vocabulary. This week, the definition is pieces of information. When you have pieces of information that you're gathering, what is that called? It's a very mathy term, so feel free to take your time, confer with a friend, see if they know what it is, and when you think you have your answer, write it down on the vocabulary section of your answer ticket. All right, let's look at the question. Kenneth has 22 math problems to do for homework. He has 12 problems done. How many more problems does he have left? If he completes one problem every minute, how many more minutes does he have to work? It's a two-part question, so I'm expecting two answers on your ticket. I think you guys will not have any problem with this whatsoever. All right, when you think you know your answer, write your answer down on your ticket. Don't forget to show me how you got your answer. And then take time to look at another strategy. Kids are going to solve this problem in many different ways, and that's what's so exciting about math. So take the time to look at someone else's strategy. If you have the same answer in a different strategy, talk about how you got your answer. And if you have different answers, look closely at the strategies, and make sure that people didn't go astray in their strategy somewhere. Don't forget to show me how you got your answer, how you know your answer is right, by showing me your thoughts on the blank paper that's stapled to the answer ticket. You can show me in pictures or words or a diagram, or maybe even a way I haven't thought of yet. So communicate your thoughts to me because I want to know what you're thinking. When you have your vocabulary word, and when you have your answer to the topic of discussion, and when you have discussed it with a peer, that's why it's called topic of discussion. Pass it into your teacher. She'll pass it into me, and I will get back to you. Now, if you want to know how many points your class has before before we do something special again, look on the bulletin board beside the copier. I have I've made a chart that has where you guys are at, so you can always look at that to know where you're at. All right, this has been Mrs. Rowley with this week's topic of discussion.